What's up, guys? It's Chris Tax, and I'm here to help every one of you guys that's trying to figure out what you can do with the mop on your head during the pandemic life. So I know not all of you have background in training. You're not a barber. You don't have a, you don't have a beautician at home, but you're trying to figure out how you can not look like you've been stuck at home or stuck in a quarantine for the last couple months. I'm going to give you guys a few quick pointers on how I cut my own hair and how I keep myself lined up, especially with everything going on from home. So I use a wall trimmer. I know there's a lot of different ones. I don't know which one's the best. I got the one that has all the different little attachments that go on the top of the head. It's got a pair of scissors. The only thing that I recommend you might want to get also, if you have thick hair like I do, it's a pair of thinning shears. If you don't know how to use them, you can Google it, you can YouTube it. There's a lot of people that'll teach you how to do that. But the biggest thing for me is making sure that my sides stay lined up and making sure that my top's not too crazy long, so I don't look like I'm living on the street. With that, I'm gonna show you guys how to just take the side down to one length, and I'm also gonna give you guys an idea on how to fade. Fading is much more difficult, so if you've never cut your own hair before, I don't necessarily recommend it, but there's ways to do it. The trimmer I have is one of the ones that has the adjustable edge or adjustable top, and that way I can literally get closer or further just by moving that little thing. When you're doing it, having the different tops for your trimmer help a lot. So I will literally start with whatever I want the top edge to be. So say you want your top edge right below your hairline to be a 2. I'm gonna run the trimmer up, and then because I know where my part is, I'm gonna run the trimmer along. Does that make sense? Hope it does. Now, the easiest way to do the sides is pick which size you want. Make sure if you have the adjuster's on the right length, done that before, and just do your whole side. All the way around, everything. It's very simple. I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna do a quick trim just to do the sides, and then show you guys what it looks like just by doing a single line all the way around. And I'm gonna give you guys some tips on the back. I'm gonna do an actual video of me doing the back for you guys. And I might disappear from the camera a little bit because I'm using the mirror as well. I have my handy dandy wife's little mirror that I use for lining myself up. So as I'm doing this, I'm gonna go around. Always start a little longer, and then if you need to, you cut it again, because if you go too short the first time, you obviously can't put the hair back on. So that's a super quick lineup, guys. Obviously I didn't use a tight trimmer, I didn't use anything. I used one guard and just went around, but you guys can already see how different my hair looks. And if I just straighten my top out a little bit, how different my overall hair looks just by lining up those sides at one size. 2 might have been a little bit longer for me. I usually go a little bit tighter, but I wanted to give you guys just a basic look. Obviously afterwards, you're gonna grab the trimmer, and just make sure if there's anything where you didn't get as tight as you wanted to, you adjust that up. If there's any stubborn hair sticking around, tighten it up. But there you go, guys. That is how you do a single size or single length on the side of your head. Now, if you want to do tighter, so that was a 2, but I prefer it looking a little cleaner, looking a little tighter. Now I'm gonna go to a 1, but I'm gonna adjust the little handle here, and I'm gonna bring it to about a 1.5. Now, so I gotta use my mirror a little bit more for this one. I'm gonna come up, but as I come up, you're seeing I'm pulling away at the top. So I'm picking a line, and I'm pulling away. So down here, I can keep it nice and tight. On the bottom, obviously the back of the head, I'm gonna keep it real tight. But as I come up, I'm gonna pull it away. Let me get around here a little bit. As a reminder, guys, I am not a barber. This is just how I do it, so for all the barbers out there, if you got a problem with it, I apologize, but it looks good. I'm not taking anything away from barbers, because being a barber is a very talented thing. You know, you've got a school, you're good at what you do. I just know what I do works for me, and I know a lot of you guys are stuck at home. You're not going to the barber right now. So I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of an idea of something you can do at home. And see, as I get up, I'm pulling away from my head. That's how I'm getting that line, but I'm not making it where it's an actual line across my head, where it looks like somebody put a bowl on my head. This is also why I'm recommending you guys pick a size for the side, or pick a length for the side of your head, and focus on that. Don't try and fade it, because being able to fade did take me a little bit. Screwed up a couple friends of theirs in college and gave them a single length on the side because I messed up, but it's something you have to learn. It's also even much harder to do it if you don't have the head on your shaver that's adjustable like the one I have is. If it's just the lengths that go on the top, it's a little more challenging. And as you see, I'm brushing this a little bit, so I'm hoping I don't throw it off. I don't want you guys to be bored trying to learn how to cut your hair. A little bit closer up for you guys. There's the fade. There's the fade. Nice and tight at the top. With a little bit of adjustment around. So if you guys now want to clean up the bottom a little bit extra, add a little bit more taste to it, a little more spunk to it. I'm now going to the shortest guard I have and still keeping it, I'm going to probably go to the shortest guard. Now this, I'm only doing the very bottom and the very edges, just to make sure it looks nice and tight. I just like to make sure that the edges on my hair are nice and tight. Then you can take that guard all the way off and then touch up your neck. I usually use a beard trimmer for the actual neck, and then I'll touch it up. So I use my hand to make a line. I won't lie to you, I usually have Amanda, or when I had a roommate, I'd have the roommate just take a look when I was done and tell me if it's square. You gotta make sure you trust your roommate though. Because if you don't trust your roommate, they might tell you it's square and it's not square. So find the tip of your hair, and work your way around, work your way down. You're going by feel once in a while. You gotta touch the same area a couple times. And it might take you a couple minutes the first time, but at least you don't look too out of whack. I'm not even looking, guys, but it feels pretty decent right now. Let's see. Yeah, it feels pretty decent. I'll take a look afterwards. I'll have Amanda take a look for me, like I said. But that's the majority of doing the sides. Hope that helps you guys. As far as doing the top, because I do a frohawk, I do a little different as well. So the center of the frohawk, I'm using the longest guard I have, and I'm turning this all the way up. I'm going right through the center. I'm not taking a ton off, but I'm taking a little off. Just enough to kind of get it unshaggy, as the women would say, get those split ends gone. Making sure it's all even. Pretty easy. So I do this part a little different than I think a lot of do. I don't like the back as long as the front because it gets really scraggly for me. So I go about halfway in and I cut back because I want the front of my hair to be longer than the back. Whoa! I don't think I've ever lost power in this house. So now from there, oh, that's a 2. That was almost bad, guys. Don't ever grab the wrong guard. I've done it. I was actually bald for my graduation in college because I grabbed the wrong guard and didn't pay attention. I thought I grabbed a 7 and I grabbed a 1. Should have been able to realize that, but I was in a hurry. Now I'm going to the sides a little bit here. Again, I'm taking the back a little bit down. My back gets out of control. Can't believe I'm giving you guys all these tips for free over here. Now everybody's gonna have nice hair during the quarantine. And then from there, because I like my hair to be pointed, and I haven't been using gel during the majority of the pandemic because my hair stands up by itself. As you can see, it's trained. Now, I like it being a little slanted. So as you can see, I'm not putting it all the way on my head. I'm going through on an angle. And I'm using that angle to trim out these crazy long edges I have here. And bring them down a little bit so they stand up more controlled. Now I'll use a tight trimmer or a beard trimmer to line up around my ears, and then also the back of my neck, or I'll even use a true razor on the back of my neck, just like your barber would. But I mean, that's the majority of how I do my hair, guys. Yeah, I'll have Amanda come up, just double check the back of my neck, make sure it's square. If you're doing it yourself and you've never done it before, if it's not perfect, it's not perfect, but it probably looks better in the mirror than it did before. What do you guys think? So I did the top, I angled the sides, and then I faded the sides for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me, message me. It's Chris Stacks. But I appreciate you guys hopping on. I hope I helped out. Please share this, give it a like, maybe even subscribe to my page because I'm gonna have a lot of financial stuff on here, some fitness stuff, maybe a few more grooming tips in case this quarantine holds out. But appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.